Well, Molly, I was wondering when you'd get around to that.
What? You mean you saw through my disguise?
A criminal always makes one mistake, Molly. Those straws you gave Robin to breathe through, I spotted the defect in the mask instantly. That was the one hole in your plan.
Well, there are gonna be some holes in you, Batman.
Foolish girl. You were so bent on your murderous scheme, you failed to notice. In the Batmobile, I burnt off your revolver's firing pin with a hidden bat laser beam. Molly? Molly, stop! You're climbing into the Batmobile's nuclear power source!
Help! Help!
Stay where you are, Molly. Don't move a muscle. I'll come and get you. Wait, Molly. Molly, don't panic. Reach, Molly.
I can't. I'm too scared. I'm slipping. Oh, Batman!
Poor, deluded girl. If only she'd have let me save her.
And now she'll never get to meet Frank Sinatra. Let's go. Hello, folks. It never gets old. Poor Molly, she just fell into helpless woman mode all of a sudden. Oh, Batman, I can't see which way is up or down.
Silly girl.
Foolish woman. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Wednesday live stream in cloudy and cold Olympia, Washington, to cloudy and frozen Kansas City, and all points in between and around. How the heck is everyone? Good to see everyone out there.
Happy new comic book day. Happy Comic Tom and Fire Guy Ryan Day.
Oh, wow.
Crash
Yeah.
Down here.
Oh, for some of us it's here, but that's more on that later. A lot of stuff did not come through for me. It's that season. Oh, you got that one too. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I unfortunately it's that kind of that time of year where stuff doesn't come on time here because the snow. A lot of people are living in darkness and starving and stuff. So that's going to have an effect on delivery out here out west too. Just a shop. They didn't even get their diamond order in today yet. They're expecting it tomorrow. All they got was Luna. So I got a couple, 2-3 books, and that's it.
No, I was missing 2 or 3 books myself, so it wasn't just you. No, what is the deer one from Mad Cave? I didn't get that one.
Yeah, dear editor.
I didn't get Skeeters from Mad Cave. I need that one.
Both penultimate books.
And I did not get the Dracula Universal Monsters book.
Yeah, I'm expecting all that. And my comic shop shipment, which is somewhere between here and Portland as we speak, is supposed to be here tonight, but I doubt it. So, hey, you got what you got, and you're lucky to get what you got sometimes, But hey,
I got more Crashdown covers coming from T-Fall. I had to get some more of them.
Yeah. Did you get the one, the Justice League homage cover?
No, I flirted with that one. No, I got the Event Horizon homage one. I really like that one. I got the Metroid cover because I really like that one. I got the Virgin cover of the A cover, and then I have another A cover from them. So I'm hearing decent reviews. Not everybody likes the Temple Smith art. is from the reviews that I've seen. The people are interested in the story.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I know Temple Smith's art, and I'm fine with it. So if it's a good story, I can't wait to read it at some point. Hopefully I will, and I'm sure I will. It's been shipped. So let's talk about who the sponsor is.
I not only love reading indie comics, but I've self-published several indie comics of my own. You can find them on my Alternative City shop, which has a link below this video. There, you'll find, along with my comics, t-shirts, stickers, and mystery boxes, you'll find pins and magnets that are called CBOs, or comic book originals, which are buttons, magnets, and pocket mirrors that I make from superhero comic books. These are one-of-a-kind items made from images cut directly from comic books, not photocopies, so each one is unique.
Yepper. And they're available.
There it is.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So who's in the chat so far today? Looks like Phil. What's up, my friend?
What's up, Phil? Phil gave me some good content here this week. I was on with Between the Lines with Geek Out with Roscoe and TM Nerdy. Even though I cannot draw in any way, shape, or form, they did let me come on, and so that was fun. And one of the questions that Phil asked was about pineapples on pizza, which is always it's a fun, controversial question, right? It's like it's a question that people have strong opinions about, but our strong opinions don't really matter, and we all recognize that it doesn't matter. So it's a fun thing to argue about, and check it out on stream or on Instagram.
Okay.
It was a fun clip.
Were you double streaming? Were you streaming on both platforms last night? I saw the alert come up.
Yes.
Yeah, look at you.
I've been alternating between Twitch. Obviously I'm on YouTube, but I alternate between Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and I think that's it. So sometimes I stream to 3 platforms always, but the other 2 platforms changes. I don't know how well streaming to Instagram is really working. I think most people, from what I've noticed, is if it's valuable at all, people who aren't seeing your stream, they'll see it on Instagram and then they'll come over to YouTube. Because I did see one person do that last night, where they weren't in the stream, but they were like the only person on the Instagram stream, but they came over to the YouTube stream where everybody was. So there might be value in streaming Instagram. Just say, hey, I'm going, here it is. But in terms of people actually watching, no one sat and watched on Instagram. Anybody who watched came to YouTube to watch.
I think just the way the Instagram is set up, it's not set up for that. Yeah,
it really isn't. Yeah, I don't like watching live shows on Instagram. It's not something I do.
Yeah, I think it's by design. They want Instagram to be so instant and immediate, and they want people to just spontaneously doing this and that, and it just doesn't make for a good stream where you're sitting and watching something for an hour. Whereas YouTube you got desktop versions of YouTube, and you've got TV apps for YouTube.
YouTube
so
is just much suited across all platforms.
Much better.
We got 80s guy, my flavored whiskey friend.
80s guy.
Don Juno is in the house. Alaska is in the building. What's up, homie? Good to see you. Sledhead, one of the best names out there. What's up, Sledhead? Peter Regatta is here. What up, Peter? Thanks for joining us on this beautiful new comic book day. We've got Larry Love in the house, another one of our regulars. Always good to see the homies here every Wednesday night. And I'm excited to see what Papa Lorenzo has for us.
Oh, so am I. Larry, my tea friend, how are you? I'm on this matcha kick right now. I don't know if I even got a matching cup for my matcha for those that are interested. The lovely Janet loves to match her cups with the different things. And so I'm drinking this like fluorescent green tea along with a fluorescent green mug. And it's getting me all and matcha is a whole different buzz than coffee. It's just as strong almost, but it doesn't get you as edgy and antsy and fidgety, and you don't have that much of a bite to your buzz. If that makes any sense.
Victor Angino says he's under 55 inches of snow, which to me screams it's time to move. Apparently, not everyone feels that way. We got
Juno.
The man behind the CBC Awards, Brian LCS, in the house. What's up, Brian? Brian is working hard behind the scenes to ensure that the award show this year will continue to be bigger and better than the previous year, and I'm excited to see it, man.
You guys put in a lot of work. That's awesome. Juno,
him more than me.
Juno, I was curious. Are you watching this season of True Detective, and how close to home is that for you? We may have talked about that before, but I don't remember if I asked you that question or not. But we just watched episode 2, and oh man, it's just so good. You just, man, the feeling is like you're in Alaska. I don't know if it's authentic. That's why I'm asking Juno if it's authentic. But it just seems like, you know, the darkness, the months of darkness, and we're trying to imagine, like, what would you do if the sun just never came up? You know, for like, you know, what would you do?
I think it doesn't. No, I do feel like humans need sunlight. It's
Oh my God. I mean, the vitamin D alone from that, I would just, you know, but the story alone, I mean, is good, and it's really creepy in true detective form, and just the whole backdrop of that whole like nonstop darkness, man. I mean, it's crazy.
You know, I'm gonna make my wife and I. We have not sat down and watched a show together in a while. We should just make it a point to sit down and watch that one together.
I think that'd be a good one. I mean, it's not. I think it's something you both might enjoy. I mean, it's
she loves that. You know, she's your typical suburban lady who loves true detective, true crime stuff, obsessed with it.
Oh, I did not know that, Larry. There's also a cologne scent. This matcha, so you can smell like this green tea here. Man, that's interesting. Wow, learn something new every day if you're lucky. Oh my God, yeah. So yeah. Other than that, man, just trying to stay out of the darkness because it's dark. It's dark enough here. It's dark at 3:30 here. Well, I'm exaggerating. Maybe 4:30 now, but just. Oh God, I just can't stress that enough. How much that hits home for us. I don't know about the rest of you folks, but
definitely fret not. As we were just talking about before we jumped online, you know, we're at the age where time flies, man. It's already towards the end of January. We're going to be right into February. Planet Comic-Con in March. It's going to be spring before we know it, man. So I'm riding the wave. We'll get there.
Hey, looky, what's happening there? Our good friend Rude is here in the house. What's happening, my friend?
Smoke weed every day.
And so, dark at 5. Yeah. I mean, I'm always exaggerating, but you know, close enough.
This is showbiz here, Janet. Come on.
You know it. It takes place further north in the land of the midnight sun. Here in Juneau, we don't get the darkness, so they do. Oh wow. Oh really? Okay, so you're kind of like us then. Okay. Whew. I just can imagine, like, what would I be doing up there? I mean, if I couldn't imagine, it's like, you know, if you just got born there and you're stuck there, that's a different story. But why would you seek out living in this place where they're filming this thing, like where it gets that dark and it's just like cold and dark? To me, I would call that hell. 6 months of darkness without. If I had to describe what hell was like, that'd be pretty close to that. I have to tell you. But not to harp on that too much. You know, folks, got to live where you live and all that. But man, the show is very good, though. So I recommend that for you and the missus and anyone else who's thinking about watching it.
Try and start that tomorrow night. Actually,
Yes.
Actually, after gym, we got after the kid stuff.
Yes, that's that whole 30 days of night thing. Yeah. No God. that's the whole thing there, man. That's the vampire heaven. Oh my God.
What's the best vampire? Just real quick, what's your favorite vampire movie, book, TV show? Yeah, but you can only pick one thing. I think Let the Right One In is the one that but not the American version, the foreign version, the European one.
Haven't watched that one yet. Among the ones I've watched, damn, I've seen so many good vampire shows too.
Anne Rice is a good choice. I hear that. I've never read her books, but Interview with the Vampire was interesting. I thought it was an interesting movie. And it had so many stars in that damn thing too. Wow.
The Anne Rice world, I think, is probably my favorite of all the vampires. The vampire mythos, because those are the coolest vampires. And those are the ones you think of. I don't like the feral type, like 30 Days of Night type. I'll watch it, but it's not like, it's too close to zombies and other like lowbrow monsters. Whereas vampires are always usually like, pretty suave and, these immortal beings who just treat humans like pets and things like that. So, and Janet is right. I had to pick one. He made me pick one. I will always love Dark Shadows because it was my first vampire show, and it goes way back in the day to when I was a kid.
Yeah, I've never heard of that one.
You never heard Dark Shadows?
No.
Oh no!
I'll have to look it up. Sledhead mentions True Blood, which was a show on, I think, HBO.
Very good show. Also,
I read the show is bad. It actually starts
Says
off
who?
It starts off okay, but it goes bad. But it does not follow the books, really. I mean, the first season follows the book, but then it kind of go away. I really like the books. The books are super girly, so if you have a problem with that, you would probably hate them. But if you don't have a problem with that, you would love. They're fun. So I forgot about that one. That would have to be up there. I really do like Sookie Stack. What is it called? The Sookie Stackhouse? Something.
Sookie. The Sookie Stackhouse.
Sookie.
Sookie. Yeah, that's the way you always say her name. It almost sounds. I can imagine having an outtake where he was like bust out laughing and then cut. Do it over again.
That was a moment, right? That was a moment.
Yeah, I love that concept because it's True Blood. I mean, there's this thing manufactured that vampires can now live among us. They don't have to kill us unless they want to.
That was why it was so super interesting. Moreover,
yeah, that a different concept of the vampire mythos is always. That's why I love it more than anything else. A lot of people like the zombie things, but I can take or leave the whole zombie thing. But I love the whole a good vampire story.
Yeah, the Let the Right One In is kind of boring, but for me, what made it not boring was just it just felt like the realest vampire story. Like it just felt, and that's why I love like the Halloween from the White Zombie guy, is because he made Halloween feel so real. And that's what makes it. That's what House of a Thousand Corpses was. It was so scary because it felt so possible.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I gotta watch a couple. I haven't seen. I think I've seen the House of. No, I haven't seen. That's with Rob Zombie, right?
Yeah,
House of a Thousand Corpses. Yeah, I gotta see that. I haven't seen that.
Dude, it's very uncomfortable because it's like, man, if people were like this, all of the things that they're doing is entirely impossible, or is entirely possible, and that's scary. Because a lot of times, like the stuff they're doing is not possible, so that takes away from the fear. But that's not the case in that stuff, man. But they're no vampires.
It's not too far fetched. It's very, very near fetched.
Little Monsters,
very believable.
Little Monsters is a good book. I like that one.
Yep. Little Monsters. I couldn't see that not being a property at some point. Yeah,
I liked the end, and I liked the end enough, Phil. But I did I think I definitely wanted more. I mean, it was an okay ending, but I did want more. I did.
Yeah, about the Little Monsters thing. Yeah, well, you probably will get more because they didn't. Everybody didn't survive, but a lot of people did survive in that story, and it was such a good story.
Not me, Larry.
Yeah, you should read that. Definitely read that, Sledhead. Yeah, so yeah, good monster stuff out there. Usually good vampire stuff. Man, I tell you, it's monster movies. I did not like them. I do not like a lot of the modern horror movies because they're all kind of in the same vein.
We got Damien in the house.
I am not a crook. Is there a sleepy sitting? Sleepy sighting? Are you home, my friend? Homie? I hope you're home and safe. Last I talked, you're still trying to get home, man. Good to see you. Yeah. So, man, that is to these books, which I don't have a lot of. I can tell you right now. Let's talk about those. Let's talk about those books. Let's see. Let's put you on the small one here. How are we doing that?
Nobody puts baby in the corner.
That's right. You know it's good for you. All right. Didn't get a lot, like I said. Man, 3 books altogether. One of them is probably from last week. That was Masterpiece number 2, which I want to give Brian another chance. Brian Bendis, he's done some great stuff. This is with the man with the cane, who I don't know what he is exactly, but I'm sure he's something ominous in the story.
They said Brian ran out of stories.
Sometimes you do, but then sometimes you can just, reach back and find something, and you can come back. Bobby D, what's up, my friend? Good to see you.
Bobito, what's up, Bobby? Good to see you, homie.
And the only other one is one of the big ones from today. It's Ghost Machine number 1. This is one of the shiny ones.
It's a foily shiny. Oh, I so would have bought a foily if I saw that.
I picked that one because we love our foilies.
I didn't know those existed. I want one now. Damn it!
I think I have an A coming too from my comic shop. Whenever that ships finally, probably another week from now. And the other one is just a C cover or a D cover of Ghost Machine with Rook on the front cover.
That's Jason Fabok. I love his.
This is Jason Fabok, yeah. A Fabok. I don't know how you might say it. It's probably Fabok.
I'm not sure how to say it because Fabok sounds a little too close to another word, right? Maybe. I'm not sure how to say his name, but he's got that Jim Lee style.
Fabok sounds almost like a sound effect, like you hit something. Fabok. Right, Fabok. Yeah, for real. That's a cool ass name. So I think this Rook character might be something. This is my favorite piece on the chessboard, so this might be
he hasn't been in anything previously, right? Because I don't know I've read this stuff before and I don't know who that is. Am I forgetting who that is, or is that new to this book?
I want to say it's new to this series. I don't think
I've started it, that book, but they got to a point where they're doing a breakdown of the characters, and I'm still reading through that part. So I have not finished that book, but I love it, man. I'm excited for that one.
Me too. Have you read anything today that you picked up?
I started Ghost Machine, and that was it. And I'm going to try and finish that and then read Crashdown before I go to bed.
Okay. Awesome. Oh, I want to read some stuff so badly, man. Hopefully, as we speak, is being dropped in my front step with the delivery from my comic shop. There's some good stuff in there. Oh my God! When I saw a delay on, like, oh my God, don't let anything happen to it. Because I got one of those busted open ones. Please, not this time. Please, not this time. So that's pretty much it, man. So let's see. I can do the reviews right now. So let's get around to that and keep this thing moving. Yes. So.
Right. Oh, get me out of here. The reviews are all you. Get me out of here.
You always want to leave the screen. We should take a show of hands. Who wants Surcam to stay?
Just for the reviews.
Just for the reviews. All right. We'll do it then. All right. Just for the reviews, we'll get rid of this guy. All right. Now, I don't normally talk about mainstream books, but I'm going to have to throw a little bit of a something Marvel's way for this one, for Avengers Twilight #1.
Yeah, I need to read that one.
Oh, you got that one?
I have it. I haven't read it yet, though.
Oh, if you don't got it, you need to get it. And you haven't read it, you need to read it. This is one of the few that I read this week. And man, I'm telling you, this is by Chipster, and Daniel Acuna does the interior art. And this dope Alex Ross cover is the A cover. So it's what you would call Elseworlds for Marvel. I guess you would call it probably, What If. There's no What If on the cover. But maybe they're trying to get away from that brand because it wasn't selling as much as they like it to. But anyway, it's a story out of canon, is what it is. And there's an old Cap, and Cap is married, and not to Agent Carter and not to Agent 13. So he's married to a regular civilian woman. He's maybe in his 60s. He's somehow the super soldier serum is out of his system. And he's living in New York City with an elderly Luke Cage, and Matt Murdock. They're all like, you know, and they're all like seniors. I think it's some kind of a futuristic thing. It's obviously futuristic because it's like holograms and things floating through the streets and stuff like that. And all the older superheroes are going through stuff like Luke's bulletproof skin is starting to crack, and it's started to like hold him down because he's having trouble walking because his skin is aged. You know, it's a pretty clever thing, I guess, by Chip doing that. And Daredevil is just, you know, he can't do the swinging thing anymore because he's just a human. He doesn't have any like powers like Spidey. So he's just pretty much just a lawyer. But they're working behind the scenes to stop these fascist force, which turns out the Avengers are down with. There was this event that happened. They called it, I think it was H-Day, when people were like, a lot of, they just leveled Boston and several heroes were killed. I won't give any spoilers about, but and some of the powers that be chose this kind of like they always do, like, you know, with the sentries and stuff like that, and with the other kinds of like in the Civil War, they choose this opportunity to seize power, and the Avengers are down with it. And turns out Tony Stark's son, who is this guy here, he's Jimmy Stark. This little fucker right here. Jimmy Stark was a real douche. He's a real douche. I mean, he makes Tony Stark look like just, you know, a saint. Just like the typical, like you would think, like, you know, a kid who had everything you ever wanted, born on third base, thinks he gets a triple, and is just an asshole to everybody. He's just the worst of the worst. And he's like building stuff for the army, and he's. I think there was a cameo of him in the Timeless book. If you get your hands on that Timeless book, the latest Timeless book, that is, not the they've done like 3 of them now. They've done like 3 versions of Timeless, but his first appearance is in that one.
Year, right?
Yeah, that's the idea. Every year the Timeless thing is going to be current and always #1. So it's great for them to just reboot again. But many times they have first appearances in there and stuff you need to pay attention to what's going to happen in the universe. And Jimmy Stark was one of them. So once Cap hears all the stuff that's going on, and they have to kill the Red Skull again, because the Red Skull apparently just is immortal, and he's been like several different people. So this happened, I think, in was the Thunderbird. So that's a whole different thing. But in this one, they're bringing out the whole Red Skull. Oh, yeah, let's forget about it. They weren't killing the Red Skull in this one. That's a different storyline. Never mind. Oh yeah,
too many books.
You get so many books in your head, man. But the Red Skull is mentioned in here because they're doing a documentary on him, and they're trying to whitewash the Red Skull. Like, Red Skull, misunderstood or not? You know, like Cap was like, "What the fuck are you talking about? I fought the Red Skull, you know, all my life. You know, how can this be a thing?" But that's the world they're living in now, and that pushes him over the edge as to wanting to join these, you know, this ragtag bunch of what would become the Defenders, and they're going to end up fighting. They're going to fighting the Avengers, who they're not the same Avengers, but they're wearing the same colors. You know, I think Thor is probably still the same Thor because he's immortal, but there's a new Iron Man, and then there are some new other characters too. But man, this is I don't know if it's still on the shelves or not. It could be. If it is, find it, get it. Love this book.
Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of people liking that one. It's getting a lot of buzz. And Rude, do it.
What? I thought of a stream where I invite greatest voices in the community. 3 of them are here. Oh my God. Where are they? You should do it, man. You should do it. Absolutely. All right.
Made the list.
I know, man. You're too kind, sir. All right. Next book. I've already talked about this one. In fact, I reviewed this one. Our Bones Dust. Oh my God. I mean, this was not on the bubble, but I had to make a decision if I was going to sub to it. Immediately after I read this one, I subbed to it. So I think someone said last week, the last page was like the jaw just dropped, and I can see why. This is again the story of this desolate place, which could be any planet. There's all kinds of horrible things going on here, and then there's this robot that's gathering samples, and the robot comes across this sample of a child, and they just don't see children anymore. So it's like, must have this child. It's kind of a naive creature too, because they ended up fighting some other like really creepy like monsters on this surface here, like this what is this insectoid type of creature that's wearing a coat of human skin. So let that marinate for a moment. So you see this end up fighting.
Thanks, I hate it.
Hated it. Yes, absolutely. That's not want to run into that in a dark alley or a main street. But man, some stuff happens with this monster and the kid, and man, this is something you should absolutely pick up. Our Bones Dust. Number 2 is out now. Number 3 may be out today, not next week. I'm not sure, but look for it because it's amazing. Next thing is Duke. Duke, number 1 in the Energon universe. Duke is not as you think it'd be his real name, but of course it's his nickname. You G.I. Joe folks would know that, but I didn't know it. Duke has been through some shit lately, and they're redefining who these G.I. Joe characters are. And I love that because people like me don't really know much about them, and you just like create a new mythology for them. I'm all over it. So working them in with the Void Rivals and the Transformers is great. Duke has been called before his superiors, because what they call you in the army, because the other guys are superior than you. And he's been not going along with his debriefing. He's been saying like, hey, you can't tell me I did not see a giant fucking flying robot, okay, who killed my buddy. I'm just not going to go with that. And he's like, Duke, the guys go along with the program. You can't go along with the program, so they try to take Duke out. And Duke, as you might guess, is not easy to take out. So he escapes the danger, and he goes after this place called the Mars Industries, which he smells a rat. This might be where the whole deal might be coming from with the giant robots. So he as you might expect, breaks in, all Reacher style, and does a spectacular jump through the window in typical G.I. Joe fashion, just an homage to the old G.I. Joe stuff. It's not too much of a spoiler because you know that they get into all kinds of tricky situations and get out very easily, but it's done so well. And at the end, he's deciding to, there's also a Cobra Commander cameo in this also. At the end, he's deciding to look up some other guys he thinks might be part of the Joe team. He's not calling it that yet, but he's getting his team together. And so this is something that I'm down with, because everything with this universe so far has been very good with the Energon universe. I'm just gonna like stay with this whole Duke thing, man. Everything Duke, everything Transformers, everything Void Rivals. You had me at at one.
A lot of folks are excited about that one. Shout out to Naman, who snuck in here during the reviews. The Comic Book Worm is in the house. And
hey, what's up, Naman?
We had Space Case Card sneak in as well. What's up,
Space? Oh, I forgot to mention, I was late getting back today because all that stuff, everybody who won stuff, it's finally been shipped out. I was going to the post office today, finally got all that stuff taken care of. So look for something in your mailbox real soon. All right, so the last thing. It's going to be Faithless and the Family. I finally read this. This is by Lesniewski. Matt Lesniewski is the cat's name. And the thing about this, man, I don't know how you feel about his art, but I love it. This is a black and white book, but the line work and the hatching is phenomenal. You can see there, it's like he put so much hatching and detail into all of his stuff, and I wonder if it's digital. It may be, but even if it is digital, it's still a lot of work because these brushes are not easy to manipulate. And if you're doing it the old-fashioned way with a quill and an ink bottle, whoa! I don't know how he's doing it, because this book is taking me forever to do. Because man, this is so much detail in this stuff. And the story is really, to me, some people might find it nonsensical and then just dismiss it along with the art. It's something that your average fan might not like a lot, but indie comics people.
Butthead, not a fan. Said he appreciated it though.
Like I said, yeah, that's what I'm saying. If it's just not just art, like comedy and so much other things is subjective. So, but this Lesniewski guy is talented, man. this guy, and he talks about in the back where this idea came from. It basically is this guy who goes by the name of Faceless, and he seems to have a real problem with his self-esteem. He says he has a deformed face, and he's looking to get plastic surgery, or I guess get some kind of reconstructive surgery. And this is a world that he lives in. He's climbing out of this freaking this mouth. Just such a trippy world. I mean, I wonder, if you're stoned or whatever, all the time, you might just like go for this, but hey, that sounds logical. But it just such a convincing world that I just go for it. Look at the work on those eyes, man. I mean, the detail.
Nice.
The detail on this eyes.
It is not digital.
Wow. Hats off. Man, oh man. This guy can fucking draw, man. So
hey, Mojo, thanks for coming through, Mojo. We appreciate the click. Every little bit counts in this algorithm world.
So the kid, Faceless, is walking through the world, just beating himself up, wearing some ridiculous outfit that somehow defies gravity, which is just part of Lesniewski's art. You just go with it, like it's ridiculous, but it looks good, so you just go with it, And he meets some people. He starts to collect some passersby who are just wandering like he is, and they become friends. So they come like more or less his family, Faceless and the family. But eventually, they fall into this cavern, and I forgot to mention, they live on this planet that is shaped like a hand. Okay, and the bad part about it is there's always like earthquakes and shit like that because the hand is slowly making a fist. So this is the hand planet right here, and it has cities that are like fingers and that have rings that are like checkpoints. So the cities are like the fancy, more high-end places, and the palm is more like the wasteland. So they're trying to wander out of the wasteland, and before it makes a fist, get into one of the cities which are in the finger. I know. Just go with it. Just fucking go with it.
Sounds interesting.
I know, right? And the art by itself, man, you had me at this art. I mean, there's just he did like this thing called Crimson Flower for, I think it was Dark Horse before, about this Russian woman. And it was just kind of the same way, but it was in color because I guess it had a bigger budget than Dark Horse. But even with or without color, the skill is there. This is just such an enjoyable book, man. It's a 4-issue series. I believe it was crowdfunded first, and now this new version here is going to be 4 issues because they combined the first issue with the second issue and made one big issue. They'll give you more for your money. So yeah, this is something. You talked in the back matter how maybe you've met him, Damien, so maybe you know what kind of guy he is. He seemed like a really laid back guy. He's like, I just draw stuff because it's fun. I don't care. It doesn't make sense. I just enjoy drawing. And to him, the art, I guess, is more important than the story. Kind of like an indie version of Todd McFarlane. So man, this is lovely stuff. I mean, some panels are like, you see what some are like super rendered, and then some might be just a little bit less rendered. So it's the same panel super rendered here and not so rendered over on this area right here. So totally excusable. Oh my God, yes, man. I mean, indie comics people, he's very okay. Oh man, I can tell he does a lot of drawing.
What was the name of this book again? This one's interesting. I might look for this one. This is
Faceless and the Family. Not my favorite design for the font on the cover, but hey, it is what it is. It's hard to read a little bit. You want to go for legibility, but it looks kind of cool. I'm sure there's plenty of copies out there on the shelves if you want to pick one up. So check this guy out. He is awesome. And man, there's that. That's all I have to say about that. That's what
That's
is
what's
it.
up.
That's what's
I'm
up, man.
back. I'm
You're
back.
back. This time you're black. All right. Let's go with. Let's see what's happening for next week's stuff, man. Oh, let's moving right along here. Moving right along.
It's funny. I do code switch. Because my mom is white and she's from Winfield, Kansas. So if I want to emphasize that for whatever reason, that's what I say. Or if my dad is from East St. Louis and black. So if there's some situation where that's more advantageous, then that's what I use to represent myself. So I code switch.
Hey, man, that's your right, brother. That's your right. All right, yes, I bless you, man. So glad to have you here, Rude, man. People, man, our fans, fucking celebrity stuff. Our people who watch, our viewers. Is more
our friends.
Thank you, our friends. That's what I look like. I'm not a fucking celebrity. I'm just a person, a regular guy, just a regular guy. All right, so next week, let's see what we can get this deal out. You think I have this down by now, but still takes.
What was that scream? Did I scream? Did someone scream? I missed the scream, I think.
It was a scream? Oh my goodness. There we go.
Oh yeah, let me get my list.
Scream for ice cream.
I always like to pull the list up. I encourage the audience, pull it up yourself. Follow along. Take a look. Maybe take a shot at the penultimate book. If you think you see it, go ahead and shoot it in the chat.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and just say, shaming my game. It's probably pretty easy to pick tonight. There you go. I said it. I meant it. I'm here to represent it. That's right. It's laying out there for you.
I mean, let's all take a shot then. If he says it's easy, let's see if you can get it. Yes. Oh, I think I see it. I see it already.
I'll let you know.
Publisher check. Yeah, I see it.
Hey, Bobby, what's happening? Wellbore. But I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure you know too. I mean, there is that. All right. So first thing I want to take a look at here is the world's finest is awesome as it is always. Is Wolverine. A lot of stuff's been happening in Wolverine. I don't know if y'all been paying attention. That first cover and first interior appearance of the Helverine, which I gave y'all a tip was coming. If you don't remember, I said she'd pick up number 36. I think that's going for like $50 now. Yeah, that A cover is
which one? The like World's Finest?
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh no, not World's Finest of Wolverine number 36. I want to say the first appearance of the Helverine.
I didn't know Victor was writing it though. That makes me a little more interested.
Victor Lavalier.
Is that how you say it?
Oh, was it Laval? Was it Laval? That doesn't make sense. Lavalier. It's probably French. Yeah.
Lavalier. Watch it be something like, no, it's Laval. No, Victor Laval.
Let's pronounce it that way. Well, if you pronounce it that way.
He wrote Eve. I like that.
Exactly. I remember you loving Eve and being a big fan of his work. Eve was the first volume of Eve was good. I didn't finish the second volume, so to be honest. TBH. So there's some good covers for this Wolverine.
I probably should pull it out and actually read that.
Was that?
I said I have not read the second volume either. Actually, I should pull that out and actually get that done.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. Especially you're a big fan of too. Art Adams always does a really cool looking cover, but it's a very similar style. I guess a lot of people do that. But this is a X23 on the one for 25 of the Wolverine. Go Wolverine!
I like Arthur Adams. I don't think I like that cover though.
If I can get it for a cheap price, I would. Not too much. Not too much. There's a Tyler Kirkham connecting variant. Tyler Kirkham is always dope. It's like Wolverine is catching some hell.
I've never seen a Tyler Kirkham cover I didn't like. Never happened.
Yeah, he's awesome. All right, so there's that. Speaking of what we
That
just
one, that would be one of the. I still like it, but that would be one of the lesser ones I've seen. But I still like it.
Oh, get these ads out of my face. You know, you're not endearing people to your product by putting these things in our way here, folks. All right,
Well,
so
if
next thing I want to take.
they want you to subscribe.
Oh, already done. Preacher to choir. Done and done. Incredible Hulk has been good. I'm caught up on that, and there's another Ghost Rider in there. First appearance of that Ghost Rider, so you know, never know what might happen with that. So if you're reading the Hulk, you already got that first appearance. There's a Ghost Rider. I like the multiple Ghost Riders because that's that way the banners, the mantle should be passed down. You know, I don't think that you know it should hold on to one character should hold on to the same mantle forever. But World Tree number 7. And the thing we just talked about, Avengers Twilight. Oh man,
I like the covers for the first book cover was good, and the second one is nice too. Who is it? Who's the art? Oh, it's Alex Ross. Of course it is.
Alex Ross, he's knocking them out, man. Number 2, and you know people died in the first issue. Well, in the Elseworlds you can do that a lot easier. You know, easier than you can in the canon. That's why I love these Elseworlds and what ifs, because it gives the writer, even a guy like Chip, free range. He's already done Spider Shadow, which I think doesn't get enough credit. You can probably find it in the dollar bin because it wasn't appreciated, but it's such a well done book.
Do me a favor and click the next on this one though, real quick. Underneath the photo, underneath the cover, it says previous series, and the next, click that. Yeah.
Okay.
And then go down and click the Daniel Acuna. It's Miss Marvel on the front, but it's that one, the top left one. Yeah. This one's on FOC, and I just wanted to point it out because that's a nice cover.
Yeah, okay. This is some kind of a T-fall thing here.
No, I mean if you were wanting to get the FOC discount, you know, you could get it now, and it's a nice cover. That's all.
Oh, still? Really? Okay. I mean, it's coming out next week. You can still order this. Okay.
We just when we hit next, we skipped forward to number 3. This is number 3.
Okay.
That's what next
was. Oh, okay. See, there you go. You're doing all this crazy shit, man. All right. So all right, so there's that. Everybody's aware of that, so we can move on from that one. You should be aware of it. I tried to make you aware of it. So there is that. So look for that Avengers Twilight number 2. And I don't have a problem with event books coming out every 2 weeks because you just get it over with. That's fine. But I will not buy a regular series for every week. Won't do it. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it at all. All right, Duke. We just talked about Duke, didn't we? Yeah.
Is my camera messing? I feel like it is.
Is this thing on? All right, Duke number 3. Number 2, excuse me, number 2 already. And Duke is getting the gang together to fight him some giant robots. And they haven't really decided, or see, I'm kind of getting the Transformer and the Duke, you know, I've read both of them just recently. And they haven't really, the Earth people, most of them have not really decided who the good and the bad giant robots are yet. And that's kind of a problem. Because the Autobots are just say, hey, we're trying to help you here. But meanwhile, the Decepticons, oh my God, the Decepticons are just the worst of the worst. I know some of y'all like the Decepticons, but man, these are some brutal folks. Another Tyler Boss, 1 for 10. That's what I thought. Tyler Boss, man. Tyler Boss doing Duke. And here it is. Here we go. I'm clicking on it. There we go. All right. You see this? Tyler Boss and Duke number 2. This is a 1 for 10 cover. I like it. I like it a lot. Big Clutch. Big Clutch must be like a I don't know, one of those people that do exclusives. And this is by Ramon Villalobos. Okay. Yeah. This was not bad either. But yeah, you get the idea. Duke, good.
I've not heard of Big Clutch.
How about Little Spinner and Little Paddlefoot? Nothing, huh? Well, before your time, anybody? Clutch Cargo with Spinner and Paddlefoot? Hello? Anybody? Damien? Phil? All right. Moving on. Next. Spider Boy. I tell you, I just made a Spider Boy purchase. I paid a little bit more than what I wanted to for a certain book from Spider Boy. I won't get it for a while, but I think the kid is here to stay. I think this is something that's going to be happening. This character is going to, I mean, whether you like Dan Slott or not, how he's writing it right now, I think the design was great. And I got a copy signed by my guy. God, who's the artist? I should know who the artist is.
This is my only Spider Boy book, and I'm giving
Humberto
it away.
Ramos. Why are you giving it away?
Because somebody else likes it more than I do, I'm sure. So.
Oh, you're giving it away to a fan. Okay, all right, good. Or to a friend.
To a friend.
Yes, a friend. Anywho, Spider Boy, I don't know how it's going. I probably should read that issue 1 that I picked up. It was there to number 3 right now, but it seems to be going over pretty well with some of the folks in the crowd here. And they like that.
Down with it.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think this is one of the better. I think this is probably why Ultimate Spider-Man was embraced so much, because a good spider story is a good spider story, and that's just going to be a thing that people are going to gravitate to. And I think this character is not going anywhere, man. I mean, it's just just look at the design of the kid, man. I mean, it's a very cool design, and it's so marketable. You know, I mean, say what you want about that shit, but that's what's going to keep him around. And the cool thing is that he doesn't have webs right now. I mean, they call him the webless wonder, which is cool because how would he get webs? It's so logical. You know, he just hops like a spider, you know, and he can do that from building to building, you know. So, man, I welcome this character.
But he doesn't have the webbing, huh? That seems like a problem.
He does not have webbing, but hey, you know, he's got super spider strength. Yeah. Hey, thank you, Sled. Thank you, Sled. He's from the Clutch Cargo.
What does he have that Spider-Man doesn't have, that Peter Parker doesn't have? Does he have anything he doesn't have?
Youth on his side. It's all his full life ahead of him. You know, I think he's just a young character. I mean,
no, I'm just curious if you had anything that differentiated him.
Not that I've got to read his origin. I haven't read his origin yet. I got to read his origin, and I got to read number 1. So I'm behind on all the Spider Boy books, but people are loving it, so I'm not worried about it. And the more I see it, I was watching that, you know, JP, you know, he's right about a lot of stuff, man. And I'm looking at it, and I look at this one. It's 6 months later. It's a year later. It's still going at that same price. I was trying to get like a regular copy. I couldn't find a regular copy for under $40. You can't find a regular copy of that cover. Now I've got the number 1 with the A cover, but the FOC cover with him by Ramos, man, that's still a $40 book all day on eBay, even on my comic shop, $45. So I bought a graded one. And it's signed by Ramos. And then I don't want to talk about how much I paid for it, but it'll be coming in a week or so. But it is awesome. Nice signature on the cover. That's going into PC. I mean, I was just like, hey, you know, if it doesn't, you know, take off, so what? I still love the cover. I love that artist. I think the character is good, but I think it will.
You got it, huh?
I think I will get it. I think I will.
It doesn't seem that it's possible to have too many spiders in the Spider-Verse.
Oh, I don't think so. I don't, especially when they're young spiders too. Yeah. he got jacked up in Superior. That's why people don't like the Superior Spider-Man. I like the one shot. I think the first issue was okay, but I haven't read any since then. But it's getting kind of I was worried about because he kept his mask on a lot. I was worried about that, Bobby. Yeah, they kept his mask on a lot. I haven't seen him unmasked yet, so maybe he does actually have 6 eyes. It's kind of hard to keep your identity secret if you got 6 eyes. So we'll see about that.
Does he stick to stuff?
He sticks to stuff for sure. He's got all the spider powers except for the webbing. He hasn't formulated his own chemical webbing, and it doesn't come out of his hands like the fucking movie Spider-Man thing did. So yes, he does. He does, in fact. Sticks to everything. Yeah, if he didn't, he'd be screwed. He got to at least have that power. But yeah, so Spider Boy, real thing, real deal, not going anywhere, here to stay. And
what powers do you have to be a Spider-Man? Right, you have to stick to walls. I feel like, right?
Stick to walls and proportionate strength of a spider. I would say those 2 things. Baseline. You got those 2 things. Baseline right there. You ain't got that. Go back to the drawing board. Get bitten again. Try it again. Don't worry about it. All right. Moving on to the next thing, which is Batman Off-World. Has anybody read this? Batman Off-World is, I want to say, it's written by Jason Aaron and drawn magnificently, I might say, by Doug Mahnke. And the concept of it, after reading the first issue is all I've read so far, is just, pretty much what it says. Like there's a younger Batman, younger version of Batman somehow gets pulled into this, this other universe, and we just follow him going through all this shit. And the beautiful part about it is just the art of Doug Mahnke. That's what's there. I mean, that's much like Matt Lesniewski. I'm here for his art. I'm here for Batman Off-World for the art of Doug Mahnke. If you are a Doug Mahnke fan, and they're out there, I know they are, because he's been around for a minute. You should read this, man. I mean, the story is okay. I think you might like it. You might like it, Damien. It's not a great story. I mean, blow me away or anything. It's your typical Batman gets hit in the ribs and he gets a punctured lung, but he soldiers on and keeps fighting monsters the whole time. But it's so beautifully drawn. I think it's worth it. Yeah, Doug and Jason are going to be at Planet Comic-Con this year. Oh, okay.
They are killing this book. Yeah, Jason is usually here, and I think Doug may have recently moved to the area. I'm not sure if that's true. Don't hold me to that, but I think Beckerman might have mentioned that.
Okay. Yeah, that's a I thought about that too, Sledhead. I don't know. I heard some good things about the '89 series. Did not pick that one up though, but it sounds. I know they've added some new characters. Like there's a Harley from '89 now, so that's interesting. They would add more characters into that movie universe, which is like from so long ago. But it must be working because a lot of people are checking it out. Yes. You should definitely check it out because you're a Mahnke fan, you're a Batman fan, and you're a fan of fine comic book wear. So you should definitely pick this up. You and other folks out there of this happy medium that we love. Okay, what else is on the list? Let's see. Carnage. I'm not another X-Men book, Dead X-Men. I don't know. How about Trinity? I don't know, it's getting a lot of love out there. I mean, I haven't read.
We lost it.
What'd you lose?
You're not sharing your screen.
Oh, it does that from time to time. Don't worry about it. Let's share this one. You push the wrong button and it just goes to hell. Let's see. Where's the share? Here's the share.
Dag nabbit.
Back one of these days. Oop, not that one. This one. All right, so share the love. I'm going to present. That's an Animal in the Woods. New comic this day. All right, so I can see this one. We're sharing that one. Now we're going to share another one. This is just crazy, man. All right, so Trinity Special number 1.
It's gone again.
I clicked the button to do it, man. I mean, it's I swear technology hates me sometimes. It's just weird. Hey, shit happens.
I'm blaming the technology. I'm blaming technology too.
Sometimes it ain't perfect. It's a long way from perfect. I had a hell of a time. I had a hell of a time just shipping those damn labels today on my postal app. Like, are you kidding me? This fucking guy should be fired. This Louis DeJoy guy who's in charge of this thing. I know he's sabotaging it to make us all use FedEx. All right, so now we're back here. All right, one step at a time. Baby steps. Okay, Trinity special. All right, share this tab instead. If it goes to dead again, I'm just gonna curse somebody out. All right, here we go.
Hey!
Jesus, Joseph, and all the fucking saints. All right, so here we go. Trinity, Legend of Tomorrow. Here today, going tomorrow. All right, so Trinity. This is the daughter of Wonder Woman, I suppose. Her name is Lizzie or whatever. This collects, I think, her first appearance in Wonder Woman 800, and then her subsequent stories in The World's Finest, and part 1, 2, and 3. So what you're going to get here is all her first appearances, all her appearances. So if you missed all those, you can catch it, which I did. I want to read it to see if it's some character I'm the least bit interested in, because I do like Wonder Woman, but this is a good issue to just catch up on all that stuff you missed and say, well, this is great, or this sucks. So if you're looking for it, it's only $5.99, so it's totally worth it. So it's a Trinity special.
You being the biggest Tom King fan, one of the biggest Tom King fans, it's crazy that you missed this.
I can only read so many books in a day, bro. I can only read so many books in a day.
Well, I remember when I first came to this channel, you were not so big on Tom King, but that has changed now. You're definitely a Tom King.
I was in the middle of the Rorschach run, and here's a Miss Gerardis one for 25, which I was not loving, which I expected to be more.
Like 4 years ago now, 3-4 years ago.
It seems like it. I was just wrapping that up. It began like 4 years ago, but it's.
No, I'm talking literally. What I'm referencing is like 3.5 years ago. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So, and I guess Love Everlasting helped me. Kind of.
Say it right. Come on.
Oh, come on, man. Love Everlasting.
Thank you, dude. Don't you disrespect.
Once he did that, I guess I kind of came more over to his side. But I don't hate Tom King, obviously, because I read a lot of his books, but I just don't have time to read a whole bunch of them. And that's why I want to see if this Trinity thing is any good. I know the Wonder Woman #1 reboot was pretty good, but once again, how many of these can you read in a day?
Right, Sleepy's with you. He says Tom's up and down. He's with you. Sleepy's got your back.
Thank you. I mean, which writer is without flaws? Even a 300 hitter strikes out 7 out of 10 times. Even James Tynion doesn't do great sometimes.
Long live King James Tynion IV. Don't you slander my man.
This guy is just a Kool-Aid drinker, 100%.
The Deviant is a masterpiece. I'm so excited about it.
No arguments there whatsoever. But even he has missteps, like the closet, which could have been a little bit better. All right, next one is I love the man. I love his work. Hell, I'm reading freaking The Sandman Nightmare Country. You're not reading that? That's a James T thing, So
I'm not reading that.
If you're a true fan, you should be reading that, man.
I can't read everything.
Exactly. Welcome to my world. All right, so Dark Ride is, let's see, it's probably another couple of issues. I think there are 12, 6-issue arcs. So this is probably issue number, what is this number again? 10. Okay, so 2 more before the end of this arc. But Dark Ride is a great book. About this, we talked to no end about how good this is, so I won't go down that route again. But you know how much I love this book. Joshua Williamson is writing it, and Andre Bresson is drawing it beautifully, and they have all these covers. Like this one here is a Tony Fleeks 1 for 25. They have a lot of nice 1 for 25s that you might want to collect if you can get a good price for it. I can get this one for like maybe $10 or not too much more than that, or less or more, give or take, in fine condition. Then I'll look for it on my comic shop. This is obviously the giant. What's that giant robot? The Blop. The what I'm talking about. The giant robot. You do the Iron Giant. You know what I'm talking about. You're just fucking with me. The Iron Giant. The Iron Giant. That's what this is. So there's that. All right. So, man, I tell you, you guys have had plenty of time. But looks like you're gonna get to the penultimate book after all. So let's
I think it's from your favorite publisher, my least favorite publisher. We'll see though.
Yes, we will see, but we will see. One thing for sure. All right, let's check this out. And now it is time for the penultimate book. And this week, that book is called Moon Man.
Oh, I was wrong.
You were. Yes. It is called Moon Man. And that is something that, was it Juno or was someone else? Maybe it was Larry Love, who was talking about Moon Man in the future. This is the Kid Cudi collaboration. Say it 3 times real fast. So so here is your Moon Man for y'all. All right, well, superstar musician Scott Kid Cudi Muscudi makes his comics debut alongside Eisner Award-nominated co-writer Kyle Higgins of Radiant Black fame and breakout artist Marco Luccati in the extra-length first issue of the biggest book of 2024. So it says here, Ramon is ready for a quiet life. Whatever went wrong on that failed moon mission, whatever happened to that mission, oh my God. Whatever happened to that mission, the missing minutes of the cameras. Oh, let me show this page here. Hang on, hold that thought, folks. Oh, am I losing the page again? Oh, we lost it. They're just fucking with me now, man. They're just totally messing with me. The gremlins. They're just trolls.
It's a conspiracy.
It's a conspiracy, I tell you. All right, let's go with the Moon Man. Here's the Moon Man. All right, where was I? Ramon is ready for a quiet life. whatever went wrong on that failed moon mission, whatever happened in the missing minutes the camera didn't capture, all he really wants is to settle down back home. But those missing minutes hold an earth-shattering secret. And with all eyes turned to him, Ramon will soon find himself becoming something the world has never seen before. How the hell about that? Oh, you like me now? That's right. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Yes, man. There's lots of misdirection and sleight of hand here, folks. Just pre-ordered. Yes, that's awesome, Phil. Yes, yeah. I pre-ordered it several months ago, even when it's out. When it first was solicited. Excuse me, it's not come out yet. Hopefully, I'll be able to find some of these very cool other covers here. Like, for instance, the ones I was showing you in that very long video. This one is, because all I have right now is covers. There's no like art. I couldn't find any art for this at all. This is the Erica D'Urso. It's pretty cool. This is one I think I like the best. This is the Rod Reese variant. It's a C cover.
Yeah, that one is cool. I think I like it the
Super
best,
colorful. Oh my God, yes. And if it's a virgin, even better. I hope they leave it blank like this. That would be so cool if it was a just blank cover like that. I do like have some love for the Sanford Green too. The one for 20. Sanford Green, one of the creators and collaborators and cover artists on Bitter Root, which I'm kind of missing right now. I could stand me a dose of Bitter Root.
That Rod cover is the only cover that's sold out on T-Fall. All of the covers are available except for that one. And that was the one that I wanted.
Of course. Well, this is Christian Ward. This is a one for 25. It's all right too, but that Reese, man, that Reese's Pieces, that's the one.
Yeah, I like it. Hopefully my shop has it then. I'd probably not, but maybe.
It could happen. Have faith, young man.
It's an image book, actually. So you could have it.
Bill Sienkiewicz does this one. This is a 1 for 100. I love it, but not for that kind of price. But it's a very cool concept.
Honestly, the Reese cover is the only one that I have FOMO for.
Honestly. Not the Ivan Tao. The Ivan Tao rabbit one. I love this one to a degree. I mean, I think it's it is an exclusive, so you're gonna pay at least $25 for it. The little homage to the Air Jordan logo here. Yeah, that's very cool. I like that. But I'm not gonna pay a whole lot of money for it though. This one, like, oh man. Which one?
The T-Fall variant. It's kind of cool.
Oh yeah, that's coming up. This is my Silver Surfer. Every time I see this Silver Surfer that I once had and now sold. This is also a we gotta go through who? Oh, Stadium Comics. Nuno Pereira or Perea. Hope I didn't mess that person's name up too badly. I love this cover because I love me some homages after John Buscema. And then the last one we talk about is the T-Fall. Yeah, the T-Fall to Ryan G. Brown, because there's a couple of Ryan Browns working in the industry.
This one's sold out too.
Is it?
You know,
that doesn't happen with the T-Fall variants a lot. Sometimes they have them left over. You kiss those in the dollar sale, yeah. But not this case.
You don't ever. I mean, maybe there's instances where they do, but usually, yeah, you see those things.
I got that dual #1 T-Fall variant for $1 like a mofo. It's been going.
I got a T-Fall variant 9/8 slab for $18.
That's what I'm saying.
So.
That's what I'm saying.
9/8 slab.
They can't slip through the cracks. I mean, that costs less than it costs to grade, for God's sakes. That's what we call in the business of steel. And the last one is the MegaCon exclusive by Matt Wilson, which is, I'd like it, but I wouldn't pay a lot for it. I mean, it's very artsy, very, very cool and painterly like. So,
and Sledhead, you're all right. There is a gem of food on number 3. It's kind of cool.
yeah. So there is your penultimate book, folks. I'm surprised that was low hanging fruit because there were some others that were kind of like close. Now, I know the one you're talking about. I
saw Sumerian. I was like, oh, it's Sumerian. I know it is. You got me. You got me.
All right. So coming on down to the last book here, Dead Lucky. Man, and I have to catch up on that. I have not read any of those. I heard those are very good. Also by Kyle Higgins, from the Kyle Higgins verse, if you will. Edenwood, number 4, which is a very good comic. I read number 1. I thought it was interesting. There's Edenwood and there's Eden something else or some other kind of Eden, I think, going on. It kind of gets me confused sometimes between those two. And Somna from Distillery is also going to be coming out. Sirens of the City is wrapping up. Ribbon Queen, number 7 will be out. That's been awesome. American Psycho, gotta catch up on that. And the one I know you were talking about. I know the one you were talking about, man. But I'll get to that in a second. What else we got? Oh, that was my face. Where's my face? That's there was a penultimate book before too. Coming on down here, Let It Gasoline. Willie, where you at, bro? Willie, man, if you were just there, I could just tell you that we all know how this we've all waited for this book to come out.
Don't do it, man. Not with that money.
Me and Willie have some high hopes for this book, but it hasn't materialized yet. But there's hope. So next week it could come out. But they've already got like 4 covers ready, but no number 1 ready. And House of Slaughter Pen and Ink edition number 1. I'm done with pen and inks. I got 2 or 3 of them. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I don't think I need any more. I'm not getting this one.
Yeah, I'm straight. I'm good on that. Drive Like Hell, Rad Wraith, all books that we've all looked favorable on the channel. And the last book, which I think you Tribe Remains too. That was a very good book too. The last book I think you had already picked out was this one. Where you at? Come on down. Ozuna, right?
Yeah, that's the one.
Marion. I knew that was the one you would go for. Yeah, I mean, it was very tempting. I can do this without. It's very tempting because
the Sumerian book. You're a sucker for the Sumerian book.
I am. That's why, like I said, like I told Naman, it's about sleight of hand and deflection and making people see things that aren't there. And this is about okay.
Is that how it sounds? How does that sound again?
Exactly. And it's Ozuna Boric. This is a real dude, apparently. And this is like I guess I don't know shit about today's music, so I wouldn't know him from Hoot Gibson. Ozuna Bori 787, whatever the hell that means. A private detective known for keeping Puerto Rico safe from the criminal underbelly is on a case concerning a human trafficking ring when a clandestine spy agency recruits him. Ozuna, the global superstar and one of the best-selling Latin artists of all time, is Agent 787. In collaboration with Ozuna, one of the best-selling Latin music artists of all time, with more than 20 million records sold, Ozuna has the most 1 billion viewed videos on YouTube. He's won 2 Latin Grammy Awards, 5 Billboard Music Awards, and 12 Billboard Latin Music Awards, 4 Guinness World Records, 1 of Time Magazine's 100 Most Influential People, and has even appeared in the Fast and the Furious franchise. I mean, shit, should have led with that. He was in Fast and the Furious. I mean, that's immortality right there, right? Did I mention that he's one of the biggest global superstars and best-selling Latin artists of all time? If not, I meant to. So, all right. Is this a real dude? I mean, am I just being, just yahooed by this? Has anybody else heard of this guy? Or are they making it all up?
don't know who's yelling.
Hands. Somebody's yelling. Am I too close to the mic? Hard to listen to the back of. Am I yelling? Wow. Am I yelling?
Well,
We're yelling.
The joke, I think.
Okay, oh, don't be so hard on yourself. Oh gosh, these Clark's books are only impressed with the first time. Oh, okay. Gilbert Hernandez did the cover of the first Clerks. My food, okay. About Jim, my food. But so nobody's heard of this fucking guy, Ozuna, huh? All right. All right. Well, let's just say he's a real guy. He's a real guy. He's the most best-selling Latin artist of all time, and he's got a comic book from Sumerian. Sumerian is heavily into their music. I mean, you go to they have a YouTube music page, but they do not have a YouTube comic book page. So they're kind of like, about their comics, I guess. I mean, it's a thing. It's kind of like the way the big two treat their comics, I guess. It's like a secondary thing. So there you go. Ozuna will check you out. Ozuna, ooh. We will check you out. All right. Yes, we will check you out. Yes, I will. I will probably check it out because even though he is one of the best-selling Latin artists of all time, I have not heard of him, and I would like to read his book to see what it's like. So there you go. Yes.
I actually think that someone mentioned that he was one of the best-selling Latin artists of all time. So,
at least 4 or 5 times. Well, someone else mentioned it too. Yes, of course. Yes. They should have done that with. Yes, they should have done it with Carlos Santana. I know, right? At least I don't know. Somebody at least an old head like I get the feel I could be wrong, sled-headed, but I think that you might be from the same near generation as I am, so we may not have heard of this dude just yet. So there is that. So yeah. The end. That's the end of all that, and we finally have come to an end for today's stuff. So what can you say?
We're getting closer and closer to the 2-year anniversary.
Oh, stop it!
2 years.
2 years, and they said it wouldn't last, and we still together. What was that living color thing? The old black couple that's like killing each other, like actively trying to kill each other, and like at every turn, but we still together. Yes.
Well, that's where you went. See, my brain. I went to multiple Atlantic Star songs. I couldn't pick one.
Oh, Atlantic Star. Oh my goodness.
Reunite. Oh wait, what is it? What is that song that's in my head? What is it? That's what Secret Lovers. That's the song I'm thinking of. Secret Lovers.
Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Yeah. That's good. Awesome. Oh, you're kind of a youngster, man. You're younger than my son. You guys should be my son.
Younger than me, man.
Yeah.
Just the baby.
I know, man. Wish I could be 40 again. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm good. 40's still old, so.
By today's standards, it is, yes. But we don't care about that. Bobby and Sledhead and all the rest of y'all folks out there, we laugh in the face of old age.
Thank you to everybody that came through, man. Sledhead, Bobito, of course, feels always
separated first. Oh yes.
Good luck with the snow, Juno. But yeah, always a good time, man. Naman came through, said what's up, of course.
Yeah.
In here. Always good to see them. Peter Regatta was in here earlier. Good to see the homie Peter. But yeah, appreciate everybody. Damien, Sleepy Reader, graced us with his presence. Wellbore came through and said what's up. Never enough Phil's out here. The man behind the CBC Awards, Brian LCS. So yeah, love seeing y'all every week. Look forward to it every week. And guess what? We'll be back next week.
You better believe that, man. If the God willing and the creek don't rise, as I always say, as us old folks always say. So until next time, Larry Love. I could never forget Larry Love. So thanks to everybody for stopping by, and we will see you again next week. Peace and love.
We love you, Denver! City by the Bay! John Denver!